Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to Endless Scrap Mechanic. In today's video, we are going to be checking out a Chinook, and it is the Chinook 2.0. And the reason why it's Chinook 2.0 is because I originally made a Chinook a year ago, and now here's a really funny story, and this is just a massive coincidence, but I looked on my channel and I noticed that I uploaded the video for the original Chinook 1 year ago yesterday, so I just thought that was a ridiculous coincidence, and it's kind of eerie to be honest with you. So anyway guys, in this video we are going to be checking out the Chinook as well as building a Jeep to go inside of it so you guys can kind of see a bit of the creative process, and then of course we're going to fly it around and just check out how amazing it really is. So let's get right into this Chinook. Alright, so here we go, the Chinook 2.0. I am really happy with the way this turned out. Definitely using the mods here, guys. The Derf mod pack, which is made in contribution with MJM Grego and Shine Vision. So, absolutely dig the mod still. As you can see, it's definitely being used to its full advantage in this helicopter. I tried to keep an eye on the design as well, so it can be difficult to create these rounded edges. So sometimes I do have a bit of a hard time creating the soft edges, but when you paint it all together and you kind of take a few steps back, I mean, honestly, I think it just looks absolutely fantastic. So, the way to get in is pretty simple. I have a marked spot right here, so you can press that button, and then the little kind of stairs section will open up here, and we can get a little bit of a better view inside. So, I'm really happy with these mods. I love being able to use these glass pieces here for the flat window sections. I think it absolutely turned out fantastic. So this back here is a ramp, of course. Now the controls for it, though, are right over here, so let's just quickly press that. So there we go. We can open up the ramp here. So I'm going to be building a Jeep in a few moments here once we are finished looking at the Chinook. And the Jeep, of course, will be going right here and driving up into the back. So I'm thinking what I'm probably going to end up doing is making it exactly wide enough to fit in between the two sides there. Alright, so let's just shut the gate back there and hop into the pilot seat to get a much better view of this helicopter. So there's quite a few buttons though. We're going to go through them really quickly here before we start making that Jeep. So one will start the blade spinning. As you can see, I designed it so that the blades on the rear there are slightly above the ones in the front, so they never collide. We can press the 2 key, which will give us some general slow lift, as you can see. And 3 and 4 are roll control, so there we go. We can roll left and right. Pretty simple. And then 5, I'm not going to press it at this moment, but 5 is your forward thrust, so you can go forward. And 6 is essentially just for your nose to go up and down. So here we go, 7 is going to bring the nose up like so, and then 6 will bring the nose back down so you can level yourself out like that. And of course using 3 and 4 for your roll. Pretty simple stuff. And then I also have, let's see here, so we got 6 and 7 is for that, and then 8 and 9, that's perfect. Yeah, so 8 and 9 is actually going to be used for your like increase lift as well as decreasing the lift. So here we can actually kind of press 9 and you can see that I'm actually going to fly up much faster, and then if I press 0 it's going to stop us, and then here we go, you'll see it'll actually start to bring us down again. So that was just so we could have some much more detailed control on the flying of the helicopter. And I do have A and D control, which is used to just kind of control your yaw. So here we go, you can see that we can actually spin the entire thing flat. So overall, this helicopter works extremely well. I think it's designed pretty close to the actual helicopter as well. But there's only one thing missing, guys, and that is the Jeep in the back. So how about we go and find a nice little area to land, and then we can start building the Jeep. Alright, that looks like the perfect field right over there. So let's slow it down right here and bring it to the ground. Alright, nice and easy. Here we go. Steady. Ah, perfect landing. Alright, so I'm going to hop out of here, and I'm going to quickly throw together a Jeep, and we're going to pop it inside this helicopter. Alright guys, so here we go. A little Jeep for the Chinook here. Pretty simple, obviously. This is hopefully not going to lag too much, so we are going to try and drive this up into the back of the Chinook here and take it for a flight. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Alright, let's see. It should have plenty of space here. Perfect. Alright, there we go. No lag whatsoever either. I feel like we could almost even fit 2 of these in here. Oh, actually, no, probably not. Alright, so there we go. We have a Jeep in the back of the Chinook, though, and we can try our best to take off. So let's shut that door back there. Alright, guys, this is it. Moment of truth here. We are going to try and take this Jeep up with the Chinook. Alright, so as you can see, though, there is not enough thrust by just simply pressing 2, so that is why there is the 8 and 9 key. So here you go. I can press the 8 key like so, and that will actually give us that extra lift that we need. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is working, guys. This is absolutely amazing. I didn't think it was going to work very well, but it actually is. Alright, hold on here. This is a little more difficult than I was anticipating. Oh no, the Jeep, guys, the Jeep! I got to try this again. Alright, so I'm going to try this again. No doubt, it's probably a lot better if I'm watching where I'm going and not really worrying about like seeing the helicopter. So I'm gonna try this again, except I'm gonna focus on flying alone. So let's get this all loaded up here and back in the air. Alright, here we go. Get the blades spinning, press the 2 key, and then hold down the 8 key to lift off. Just like so. Alright, so here we go. This is the view that I should probably keep with the follow cam. Strict follow cam, actually, is what I'm gonna have to do here. Alright, so there we go. I'm gonna press 5. Let's try and find ourselves a mountain here. Alright, so there is one right to the left there. I don't think that's the one I want, though. Alright, so far so good. I just have to keep pressing the 8 key every now and then, and you'll actually really maintain the lift no problem. Alright, this is actually awesome. Don't forget, guys, there is a Jeep back here. Look at this. Where, can we see it? Alright, there it is. Yeah, the Jeep is inside and everything. Alright. I pressed the wrong button. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay, good, good. Alright, here we go. This is where I wanted to go, right here. So let's level off. Alright, we're still kind of coasting along. Okay, that's why. Because the nose is still so far down. Alright, level it this way. Lean it over. Whew. Alright, there we go. I can actually start bringing this thing down for a landing now. Oh, beauty. There we go. Look at that. So you can actually drive it on the ground as well using W, A, and D. And S, of course. You can actually drive it around like a land vehicle. So let's kind of just pull up a little bit here. Alright, there we go. So we can actually get this Jeep out of here now. Look at this. This is awesome, guys. So this is a huge improvement, in my opinion, compared to the Chinook, or the original Chinook, I should say. The mods definitely make things look so much better. This is really neat. Alright, guys, so there you have it. It is the Chinook 2.0 as well as the Jeep to go inside. This is absolutely a fantastic build, and I am so happy to be able to revisit the old Chinook on its 1-year anniversary almost, actually, which is a huge coincidence. So if you guys do want to get this Steam Workshop link, then let me know by hitting that like button, guys. Show your support. It'll mean the world to me, and it definitely means that you guys want to keep seeing Endless Scrap Mechanic. So if you guys did enjoy it, then make sure you do hit that like button. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed for Endless Scrap Mechanic, well, you might as well do that too. And of course, I will be seeing you guys in the next one, so bye for now.